everybody, my name is Felicia. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're not, thank you for coming back. So I have been in a book slump for more than a year and a half, and I have been gone from BookTube for more than a year. So I ended up leaving, and then I came back, did that spicy noodle challenge. I almost died. Disappeared for a year again, and now I'm back. Voila. Abracadabra. I'm in here again. We're gonna do this again. So during my book slump, I managed to read 4 books. I tried to read a lot more than that, but I could never make it past the 10th chapter. Like, everything that I was reading it just sucked. I just could not get into it. I couldn't get attached to no characters. Everybody was dumb and stupid. Like, everything annoyed me. This bookshelf is crawling with books I haven't read. They're everywhere. So the first book that I managed to read was Becoming by Michelle Obama. Michelle is such an iconic figure. Did I say that right? An iconic figure. Let me calm down. Michelle is such an iconic figure that I feel like most of her life is common knowledge. She grew up on the south side of Chicago, graduated from Harvard, was in the healthcare field for a while, and then she became the first lady. So this book is more behind the scenes of her life. It's how she felt going through all this shit. She was pretty much a goody two-shoes her whole life, straight arrow, academics only. What I really loved about this book is that her goals stayed the same her entire life, and that was to be passionate about anything that she does. Becoming is separated into 3 different parts. Part 1 is becoming, and this is when she is a child and her goal is to get in Harvard, and you see how she executes that plan. Part 2 is Becoming Us, and this is when she meets Obama. When I say, like, this is like the sweetest love romance story ever. Like, it's beautiful. And part 3 is Becoming Us, and this is when she is First Lady of the United States. Part 1 and part 2, I breezed through it. Part 3, you could tell that she was trying very hard not to add that much politics to it. So she was holding back and just kind of telling, my husband did this, I did that, we did this for these people, we did that for those people. Part 3 took a very long time to get through. Overall, I ended up giving Becoming 5 out of 5 stars. It was beautiful. After reading the story, I decided to be the Queen of England, and nobody can tell me I can't be, because I can be whatever I want to be. Michelle Obama said it. Peasants. Now, settle down. I'm going to get to the next book. I've decided that I want to be more ambitious than England. I want the world. And you can't tell me no. The second book that I completed was An American Marriage by Tanyari Jones. This book follows our 2 main characters, Roy and Celeste. Roy is accused of and is wrongfully convicted of it. His wife, Celeste, is trying her hardest to prove that he is innocent, but her career starts popping. Celeste is an artist, and where her husband goes to jail, her career just kind of takes off. In the beginning, you get to see Roy and Celeste's marriage, and I like the fact that they did not have this perfect, happy marriage. They had plenty of marital issues. So when Roy goes to jail, the format of the book changes to him and Celeste writing letters to each other. Roy's story definitely made me feel some type of way, just because his whole life changed for being black at the wrong place at the wrong time. You get to read about the thought process of an innocent man basically rotting away in jail. He loses everything. I felt something for Celeste also, not as much as Roy, because she's tasked with this difficult decision of her career versus her innocent husband that's in jail. What I really love about stories like this is that things like this are happening in real life. This story really just highlights the flaws in our justice system. The story does not turn out how you think it would turn out. It's not one of those predictable love stories that kind of forces a happy ending. It just don't work out the way you want it to work out. Overall, I ended up giving this book 5 out of 5 stars. It was good. The third book that I read was To Kill a Kingdom by Alexandra Christo. This book follows Princess Lyra and Prince Elian. Princess Lyra is a siren, and she eats the hearts of princes. She's known as the Princess Bang, and of course, Prince Elian is one of the hearts she has not ate yet. Princess Lyra ends up killing one of her own. Her mother punishes her and sentences her to land. She has to be a human now. And in order for her to come back to the sea, she has to eat who? Prince Ian. This book has the most predictable plot ever. But did I finish it? Yes, I did. You know why? Because Princess Lyra is sassy and she's witty and I like her. I have a weakness for strong female protagonists. Aside from our two main characters, Princess Lyra and Prince Ian, the rest of the characters suck. They have no personality. They're just there to do orders. Princess Lyra and Prince Ian will give the side characters orders, and that's basically all you know of them, is that they follow orders. The best aspect about To Kill a Kingdom was the slow burn romance between Princess Lyra and Prince Ian. It was not insta-love in here. They did not like each other at first. They didn't wake up one day and say, dang, I kind of love you now. Overall, I end up giving To Kill a Kingdom 3 out of 5 stars. The fourth book that I read was A Sorcery of Thorns by Margaret Rogerson. I think we got something here. Cassandra Clare fans, Sarah J. Maas fans, listen up. This book follows Elizabeth, who is studying to be a librarian. Librarians in this world have to be extremely knowledgeable of the grimoires that they keep and extremely tough. The books in this world are powerful enough to kill people, to manipulate people, to do all sorts and kinds of crazy shit. Grimoires that are powerful enough can even turn into monsters. These books are feared by most except for librarians and the sorcerers that use them. Elizabeth gets blamed for releasing one of the most powerful grimoires at her library. The grimoire turns into a demon and just starts wreaking havoc on this library. Librarians aren't allowed to use magic. Librarians want to keep the grimoires locked up. Sorcerers want to use the grimoires to do whatever they want to do. So when Elizabeth meets Nathaniel, there is a conflict of interest, for she believes that you should not use magic at all, and he believes that it's his birthright. Government conspiracies end up entwining them together where they have to work together now. In this story, Elizabeth is the goody two-shoes, and Nathaniel, the sorcerer, is kind of the snarky, witty one in this story. So I ended up comparing Sorcery of Thorns to The Infernal Devices by Cassandra Clare because the writing style is very similar. I also ended up comparing this to Sarah J. Maas's ACOTAR series because Elizabeth and Nathaniel are kind of similar to Feyre and Rhysand. Overall, I ended up giving this book 4 out of 5 stars. There are some really unique concepts in this story. If you read them, tell me what you think, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!